How's it going, guys? Andreas here. Welcome to the first version of Did I Play This Right? Let's have a look at one hand that I played yesterday. So, whoops, I want to show you that. So, I 3-bet the ace queen suited against a Brazilian Vamo player here. And, well, he has some fold to 3-bets. He has a weird c-bet frequency, which, you know, for some hands might be interesting to call here because it would be really easy to just know that he's c-betting range. But, well, I go ahead and 3-bet. He calls. On the flop, I bet. He calls. On the turn, I bet one more time. He calls. And on the river, I bet smaller, half pot. And he goes ahead and raises all in. I just left 800 behind. Ended up making the call. Not super happy about it. And I'm not showing you guys what he had. What I really want to know is, did I play this right? And I went ahead and I had a look into what a solver would do. PIO Solver is here the program that I'm using. I gave myself this range. It's 5.4% large, this range. It has a lot of strong hands, as you can see here. Most ace king, some of them I must be flooding to protect my range a little bit in that spot. And this would be, in my view, more or less an optimal range, a 3-bet. In that scenario, in position is going to defend with almost everything that he opens except for the offsuit stuff like ace check off and king queen off. Maybe he does that. Maybe I should include some of these hands. But I'm pretty sure that the suited aces for the price that I offered him are not going to be folded, nor are the pocket pairs or the perfect suited connectors. If he has like check 9 suited, 10-8 suited, he's definitely going to fold the 3-bet most of the time, so I left this out. So here, what I did is I bet 24 into 60, just put them 10 times smaller. He calls, the turn is a jack. I bet another time with this range, and here I can already see that, ace queen should be a mixing strategy, which is definitely not new to me, but I ended up betting here, which I'm fine with as well, because it will be bet some of the time. A third and 2/3 it will be checked. I did go ahead and bet, and let's see what he would call with. He would call with all the suited aces as well, so it makes a lot of sense also to bet the turn. But then on the river, when the check hits, he has less ace check, but as you can see here, Solver would actually prefer either checking or betting. He wouldn't bet small that often. So he's either jamming, and when we see an all-in here with ace-queen, happens really infrequently, like only 10% of the time. It's not horrible. We're gonna get called by worse hands, as you can see here, like ace-10 suited, ace-9 suited, etc. And we're gonna win the pot, so it's not the most horrible value bet on earth. But, we're also going to get called by ace-king, which has a speed. If he does 4-bet ace-king all the time, then ace-queen gets a better value shove. But in the end, we want to shove. We don't want to bet something small and polarize our range. And when we do check, which, gets advocated here with ace-queen a lot of the times, and he does go ahead and jams here all in, and we, maybe make it more likely that he's going to be bluffing when taking this line, then we will end up folding sometimes and calling more often with the ace-queen that we did check on the river, as you can see here. So did we play this right? Probably not. Probably we should have gone with a check on the line somewhere, especially on the river with the ace-queen, assuming that he could have ace-king in his range. I don't want to get results here on whether we lost on one hand, but looking at the solver and what we were assuming, with the ranges, we should probably either bet smaller on the river, like 700-ish, and then also interestingly, if we do that, let's say the river is a jack and we do ahead and go bet, and he raises all in, and we did bet with, not some of our ace-king and ace-queen, and he does raise, we should actually call with the ace-king and fold with the ace-queen. Right? And only call very, very rarely with the ace-queen, as you can see here. Ace-queen will be a fold on the river, and we ended up making at least a mistake then. Also, sizing-wise, it's pretty much not so sexy to bet 1,000, 100 with 800 behind. So, yeah, just try to get some more value from weaker hands. And he did end up having the 9-8 suited. What a luck box, for fuck's sake. No, but yeah, we lost the hand, but we learned something. If we also, very interestingly, on the flop, if you bet 24 on the flop, looking at his floats, the 7-6 of hearts is really interesting. and also the 10-9 of hearts. Why does he float those hands? And why does he not float with 7-6 of clubs? It is because the ace of hearts is already there. That means if the turn is a deuce of hearts, I cannot have ace queen of hearts or ace king of hearts. But if the turn is a deuce of clubs, I can have ace king and ace queen of clubs. For that reason, Solver does not want to float with 7-6 suited when it's clubs, but he does want to float with 7-6 of hearts. This is like something you could pay more attention to. It also happens with pocket pairs. You see the different suits get, for example, here, some suits get called more often than others. This has all a reason. This is what the computer is doing. So yeah, you can definitely learn from this program. So now back to you guys. If you do have a hand and if you want to know if you played it right, I can do it in 2 versions. I can either do it like what I did now, doing very quickly in 5 minutes, trying to keep it short, or I can do an extended longer version where I go into more details, some interesting things that I found, and it will take about 15 minutes. Do you have the patience to listen to me for 15 minutes or not? I will upload this version and upload another version, and you can compare them and then tell me which version do you want to have. Also, I can also look at your hand just from what I know without going into a solver, and you just want to know, yeah, what is your competent opinion about this hand? Can you give me the solution, what I should do here? Then I can obviously just rate your hands. If you do, like, subscribe, and comment down below this video with a very interesting hand that you played, you have to know that, then I will take your hand to the next episode of Did I Play This Right? And analyze your hand next time. So get in there if you want to learn something about poker and, well, ask your questions. Thanks guys for watching, and see you in the second episode.